I'm Dr. Smriti Padi, Assistant Professor, Department of Journalism, Fakir Mohan University. Welcome to yet another episode of this interview series of Vyasha Darshan Parichay. Today, we have a very special guest with us. He is affectionately known as the Cyclone Man of India. PhD in Physics, Young Scientist and Achievers Awardee for his special contribution and research in the field of atmospheric sciences. Pride of India, son of Odisha, none other than Director General the Department of Meteorology, India Meteorological Department, Dr. Mrutyunjay Mohapatra. What a pleasure, sir, to have you on the campus of our university. And a very important MOU was signed regarding collaboration, data sharing with IMD. So what do you feel, how is it going to benefit society at large, and how is it going to benefit this entire academic fraternity? What is your take on it?
So thank you very much for giving an opportunity to speak about the collaboration between IMD and Fakir Mohan University. The understanding which has been signed today will pave the way for collaborative research between India Meteorological Department and Fakir Mohan University. It will lead to the development of the capacity of the students, faculties, and the researchers associated with the universities and India Meteorological Department. The goal of both the institutes will be common: to develop tools and technology, to develop the infrastructure, to develop the human resources, so as to better monitor, predict, and provide early warning with respect to various types of severe weather event, and hence to minimize the hazards, the vulnerability, and the risk due to the disasters. Now, while doing so, we should understand that the state of Odisha, especially the North Odisha, is prone to various types of natural hazards like the cyclones, floods, droughts, heat waves, cold waves, tornadoes, thunderstorms, squalls, which cause immense loss of property. Though the loss of life has been minimized due to the cyclones, but loss of property goes on increasing. And loss of life due to lightning or thunderstorms are also increasing, and about 300 to 500 people die every year in Odisha due to the lightning. And considering the climatology, this region is the most prone region for thunderstorms and lightning. And tornadoes, if you look at in Odisha, you will find that most of the tornadoes have occurred in North Odisha. Heavy rainfall, if you look at, it has occurred in North Odisha, but because most of the low pressure systems during monsoon season develop over the North Bay of Bengal, and they move along the monsoon trough, which passes through Kolkata, Allahabad, and Ganganagar. And southwest sector of the low pressure system gets maximum rainfall. Therefore, Odisha bears the brunt. Odisha experiences a lot of rain due to low pressures, leading to floods. And also, we've got 7 to 8 major river systems in the country, in the state, which also allows the performance of floods. At the same time, we have also the landslides. Also, we have got the urban floods, we have got the flash floods. So, it is a challenge to minimize the losses due to the various types of disasters, especially the disasters which are causing losses in Odisha. So, Fakir Mohan University is better placed with respect to its geographical locations, with respect to the experience of the people working in this region, and also the challenges. I hope this MOU will enable Fakir Mohan University, along with IMD, to convert these challenges into the opportunities. So, we are very happy and we feel honored to have this MOU with Fakir Mohan University. And we hope with this MOU, we will be in a better position to provide service to the society in general and specifically to Odisha. Apart from minimizing loss of life and property, other objective will be to develop the tools and technology for the various types of socio-economic applications for various sectors, especially the agriculture, the fishery, and the industries which are coming up in this particular belt. At the same time, the urban areas are also increasing, and we will have a major city like Balasore here, which also experiences urban flooding. And the community nowadays is experiencing more and more discomfort because of the changing climate. The frequency, intensity, duration of the various types of hazards due to the climate change are also increasing. So therefore, urban sector also needs a specific attention, and this MOU also will help to develop the tools for urban meteorological services, including urban flood warning, earth, urban specific temperature warning, etc. It will also enable for other sectors like power sectors, transport sectors, the blue economy we are talking of, the marine sectors, or aviation sectors. It can also enable to go for environmental air quality monitoring and its forecast in the city areas. So there is sky is the limit on which both these organizations can work together. But from IMD side, we will be providing the required data sets. IMD is known for the big data concept. Now we talk about the big data. I want to inform you that IMD has got data from 1901 onwards, all digital data, which can be utilized. And also we have got data from 1983 onwards for the satellites. We've got the radar data starting with 2002. So therefore, it is a powerhouse in terms of data. So that should be exploited by the students and the faculty to carry out the research and develop the tools and technology and services. In addition to that, there could be internship, there could be PhD program by the students with the guidance from the faculty as well as from the scientists from IMD. So there will be exchange programs to improve the capacity of the university and also improve the capacity of each and every individual scientist and the professors. It can be an example for other universities also to carry forward this science to the society.
Yes. So I'm also very sure that this kind of MOU will be a leading example for other universities in the state as well, and some wonderful research papers will follow suit. And sir, let us now just, it is a very interesting and a very inspiring story that we always go through when it comes to you. A 6-year-old boy in a very humble, from a very humble place, from a village, if I'm not wrong, Bhadra, and then a cyclone hits, and a heavy cyclone, and you witness this cyclone wreaking havoc, taking lives, destroying properties, massive in a major scale, firsthand, and you take this and you fix this in your mind that you are going to tame those cyclones, you are going to manage them, and you do it. So what an amazing story is it? Just, sir, we would like to listen to listen to something about the story from your own mouth.
Actually, I was 6-year-old at the time in 1971 on 29 October. At that time, there was no such classification like super cyclone or extreme severe cyclone by India Meteorological Department. But it was known as cyclone. But we people at that time do not know what a cyclone is. But as a child, on that day, in the morning itself, we found that it was raining from the night. It was heavy downpour. And there was strong wind leading to breaking of tree branches, of breaking of trees, etc. In the morning, my father went to the field for daily works, and he found that the tidal waves are approaching to our village, just like a hill it is approaching. And then he immediately rushed back, and he did not come inside our house. He came to the window. He knocked the window, and we are all taking at that time mudi, that is fried rice, you can say, and coconut, because many coconut fall down during this cyclone period. And we are very happy because on that day school is closed and no child likes to go to school at the time. At least I was not liking to go to school. So all in a joint family, 6 children, we are sitting together and playing and enjoying the time. But father told that all of you should go to the top floor. Top floor means it was a mud house, but it is called as mantu ghar. So that means with the mud, there can be upper house, upper floor, where people can take rest. Usually it is used as a storehouse, something like that. So with the ladder, all of us went to the top floor. But my father did not go. He went from house to house in the village, called everyone, and told that all of you should come to our house. In our Mohapatra's family, actually 3 families were there, and all the Mantughar are connected with each other. So he called, he was a ward member of the village, and you will not believe the people from the village rushed towards our house. All are drenched in the rainwater. Someone has the clothes, someone does not have the clothes. But however, all of them came, and within an hour, almost about 300 people were taking shelter in the 3 houses, jam-packed. And it continued. Everybody was praying because there was no such source of early warning. We do not have an early warning at that time. And hardly anyone has got the All India radio set at that time. So you cannot listen to radio also at that time. So therefore, it is the only eye observations. So what my father did actually. My father just watched it and told everybody that is now casting. What we are telling now, that something is going to happen during the next half an hour or 1 hour or 2 hours. So that he did. And the management concept at that time, if you see, he could find or he could assess that our Mantughar will be better, it's safe instead of staying in the ground floor. So therefore people came just like cyclone shelter and they stayed in that Mantughar. And we waited there till evening. By evening, the wind subsided, the rainfall also subsided, and when we got back to the ground floor, we found that there is no way to walk. All trees and many houses are broken, and it was a complete devastation. So after that, when we went to the field, we found that there is no paddy, because paddy is the main crop at that time in Odisha. Also now also it's the main crop. The entire paddy is month of October. It is in flowering stage or vegetation stage or harvesting stage. Everything was spoiled because of saline water. And there was one well in the village that is also salinated. You cannot drinking water. So therefore, many people died. More than 10,000 people died at the time. In our village also, some people were missed. Even so, what happens actually when the cyclone comes, the fish catch increases because fish prefer cold water. Therefore, people also go to catch fish. By that way, they are lost and they die. At that time, also some of our relatives died because of that. And also many people lost their hands or legs, they become injured, etc. for entire life period. So it was a complete devastation. After that, we could not find any rice in the family. The food for work program started, and my father left for Calcutta. Usually every year he goes, and that year also he got early. He worked there and he sent some money. We managed for next 1 year without rice. And we are all rice eaters, we don't like wheat. So therefore, if at any time there's rice will be there, it's preferred to the children. It is a really difficult situation. So what I want to say that at that time, neither we had early warning system, nor we had the preparedness, prevention and mitigation approaches. It was only the relief system which was enabling to recover the society. And our infrastructure was very poor. Hardly there was any pakka house in the village. It was only this type of mud house where people could stay. So therefore, the loss of lives are maximum and the loss of property also. So that impression was life. Whenever I tackle any cyclone forecast, that comes to my mind. What happened at that time? If I do not take action or we do not take action, what will happen? It can happen like that. So that was most challenging. And when I joined IMD, that memory actually acted as inspiration, or you can say, or you can challenge. You can say.
IMD, you were very young. You were just 27. You were just 27, 28, I think, when you joined IMD,
yes,
way back in 1992. So what happened in between the 6 year, where you were 6 years old and 27 years old, you completed your education in the school education in that village itself, I mean in Bhadrak, or you went outside?
No, actually there was no school in our village. Okay. Now also there is no school in my village. It is a small village, and there was a chatsala, chatsali bolte hain Odisha mein. So one old person, he was teaching the small children, and I was not willing to go to the school. One day my mother came forward with a bamboo stick, and he started beating me and took me halfway towards that chatsali. My uncle accompanied, and that was the beginning of my education. I continued there, and while I went to school, and with God's grace, I was able to learn, and I was able to memorize whatever it is. So whenever the teacher asked questions, I was replying compared to other children. So that became another inspiration to go to school again, and I continued to go to school thereafter. I completed class 2 in that Charsali. Then for class 3, I went to nearby school, that is upper primary school. There I continued for up to class 5. Then I went to our Ghanteshwar, that area is Ghanteshwar, about 3 or 4 panchayats nearby to our village. There it is a high school. I continued from class 6, that is middle English school, class 6, 7, then high school, class 8 to 11 at that time. So I did well in the school education. Then I got admitted into Bhadrak College in 1981, and opted for science. So while studying science, actually I found my friends in the Bhadra college, they were trying for medical or engineering. So I thought whether I should. One of my uncle's son also told me, no, you should try for medical. You are a good student and you should try for medical. So I also thought whether I should go for medical engineering. But we have some kind of fear in our mind that where is the money? So we cannot afford for that. But even then I wrote a postcard letter to my father. My father was staying at that time in Kolkata. Kolkata means Ranaghat, one area is there, so he was staying there. I wrote a postcard letter requesting or asking my father whether I should apply for engineering, because I knew that engineering cost less compared to medical. So then he told, it is left to you because you know the poverty and the condition of our family, so you decide. So then I decided that no, I will not go for engineering, but I will concentrate on basic science. So I didn't apply for any engineering entrance, etc. I continued in basic science as a BSc Physics Honours.
So physics was a subject you always liked?
I liked physics, yes. From childhood itself, the concept of physics and mathematics I liked very well.
Okay.
So even when I was a child, if in the family or outside, people are not able to solve the mathematics problems, they call me and I used to go and I would explain. I was that is my, you can say,
loved it.
Yeah, I loved it. Then after that, I did well in BSc also in physics. I got position in university. Then I took admission in MSc Physics in Uttar University.
Okay.
So gradually my dependence on family decreased. I went for the tuitions, etc., and I was able to earn. So,
how did IMD happen then? I mean, from
MSc, after completing MSc Physics, at the time results are getting delayed. I took admission in a postgraduate diploma in computer applications, but at that time I got an offer from DRDO. Defense Research and Development Organization's interim test in Chandipur was getting established for Agni test, and I got selected. I did well, and I joined as a junior scientific assistant grade 2. The next year I became junior scientific assistant grade 1 in Chandipur, but I was not willing that job. I was not liking that job, so I decided I should quit because I thought that I have done MSc Physics and I had that type of motivation inside to go off, to think ahead and think big. So therefore, I decided, I kept my resignation letter in my pocket always, that when shall I leave DRDO. And finally I left DRDO and to join as a lecturer in physics in DK College in Jaleshwar. It was government-aided college and my posting was government posted. So there I continued for 2 years. While I was doing, DRDO didn't allow me that, no, you should not go as a lecturer, you will get promotion here. But I told them that I am not going to DK College to be there forever. I will again shift the job. And finally that happened while in DK College Jaleshwar. I qualified for UPSC, meteorologist grade 2. And then I joined as meteorologist grade 2 in Pune.
Okay.
So then I got the opportunity
Okay.
to work in weather and climate services. After that I joined in Bangalore as a meteorologist, group A officer scientist. And there I came to Bhubaneswar in 1998.
Okay.
When I came to 1998, it was June. At that time, if you remember, 98, last week of May and first week of June, it was intense heatwave conditions. 2,000 people died in Odisha.
Yes.
It was unprecedented heatwave conditions. So that gave me a challenge. So similarly, every time I will tell you, wherever I am, I have tried to convert the challenge into the opportunity. So be it in Bangalore or then in Bhubaneswar. And in 1999, next year, October, again the cyclone came, that super cyclone. The memory which I had at that time in the 5 years back, that passed again. But again, at the 6 years age, I was not knowing what a cyclone is. But age of now 32 years, I knew what a cyclone is. Technically, I know what a cyclone is. But India Meteorology Department at the time also did not have the sufficient technology, sufficient understanding of science related to the cyclone to deal with that.
And more than 15,000 people died.
Yes.
So
that again became a challenge. Okay. So I was then shifted. We started working after that. I was shifted to Guwahati as a director. Then from Guwahati, I was called to India Meteorology Department headquarters to improve the cyclone warning services.
Yes.
I don't know who played the role, but I was called and I joined in Delhi and worked for cyclone warning services.
And then in 2002, again, you got this new challenge of modernizing the entire IMD. That is what I gather from certain sources.
Yeah, that is in 2007.
2007.
So when I went to Delhi, it was 2005, and at that time, National Cyclone Risk Mitigation Project was just being discussed,
Yes.
and India committed that it will be part of National Cyclone Risk
Yes.
Mitigation Project under World Bank project. But in 2006, Minister of Earth Science was established, and IMD became a part of Minister of Earth Sciences. And at that time, it was decided that IMD will go for modernization. It will not be part of the National Cyclone Risk Mitigation Project. So thereafter, entire system was developed and project was taken up, and I was given the responsibility for modernization of weather forecasting. So I was the associate project director for modernization of weather forecasting, and that was the challenge, and that was carried out with the collaboration or support of all the employees of India Meteorological Department and Ministry of Earth Sciences, and whatever you see today, that has come off after that modernization of weather forecasting.
And things have changed so drastically. I mean, you can know what is going to happen like before 4 days, before 4-5 days.
Yes.
It was earlier not possible.
Yes. Well, at that time, actually, it was completely manual process.
Yeah.
The data communication was through telegram. I remember during super cyclone period, if I sent a telegram to collector of Mohapatra district, it will reach in the evening. By that time, cyclone has moved 100 kilometers. So therefore, it becomes useless. Similar is the case with respect to heavy rain or other severe weather events. But now we get the data within 10 minutes.
Yes.
Such a global telecom system has been established. Within 10 minutes, data from anywhere from the globe can be achieved or can be accessed by IMD.
So with this
Similarly,
digitalization, do you think that in coming times is going to change even more? I mean, in like 2 years from now, is it going to like change even more?
yes, certainly.
Yeah.
The way in which we have come up so far, I will tell you. At that time, to get the data, it was taking 3 hours. Then to plot the data in the weather chart, it was taking 3 hours. So forecast was being generated after that, after analysis, after 6 hours. But now, within 3 hours, we complete our analysis and forecast is generated. And that forecast generation is now not simply textual message, but it's graphics message, audio message, video message, and combination of everything. And similarly, dissemination. Now we have got all types of communication. At the time, it was only telegram and fax and telephone. So, information and communication technology evolution in the country also enabled, along with the reforms with the modernization program of IMD. Another aspect was the policy and planning. The policy and planning of India also changed from that onwards. We came up with the 3-tier disaster management authority. We came up with the disaster management plan, disaster management act, and accordingly also the prevention, mitigation, and preparedness aspects were taken care based on the improvement in early warning system. So while doing that, I'll just tell you one story. I prepared first while going for the project management how to implement this vast project. So I went for a vision statement. So I was the author for the Vision 2020. So at that time we told that the cyclone forecast will improve by 20% by 2015 and 40% by 2020. But by 2020 it was more than 100%. And pinpointed forecast accuracy has been highlighted by the various international agencies. Then to do that vision document, I went for a benchmarking. The benchmarking means you have to find out which is the best warning center in the globe. I found that National Hurricane Center is the best center, and accordingly we prepared the benchmark statement, the vision, and the strategy, what is to be done, identification of the gap areas. Then strategy was prepared. Accordingly, observational aspects, communication aspects, forecasting aspects were taken care. And thereafter we went for the impact-based forecast also. That is another story. Then while doing all these things, then we fixed the target of the forecast accuracy we need for heavy rainfall, for thunderstorms, or fog. All those targets which were fixed at that time now has been realized. So all these have resulted in building the confidence of the people, confidence of the disaster managers. They believe us now. Accordingly, they act. But earlier they were not believing the forecast of IMD.
So since 2019, as Director General, IMD, you seem to be a very busy man and man with a lot of responsibilities. So how do you manage everything? I mean, your personal life and professional life, you seem to be a very, very busy person. So just tell us something about how your day like starts like, and is it always even so much of pressure of phone calls and then office work? How do you manage things like?
The way of life is such, I will say, you have to enjoy. If you believe in the principle of work is worship, whatever you do, you will enjoy it. And that is my philosophy. I believe in God, but I believe in work is worship. That is, duty is God, God is good, and duty is good.
And you enjoy your profession.
I enjoy the profession. So therefore, I do not get tired if I am working in the day or at the night, something like that. And sometimes during cyclone period also, you have to be awake for 24 hours.
Sure.
So that is one thing. And about the responsibility, I give more time for the office. I don't have much time for the family. That is taken care by the wife and other relatives and children. But majorly, it is taken care by the wife. So the point is that once you have given an opportunity to act as a director general of meteorology, it becomes your responsibility to see that country progress, to see that the India Meteorology Department progresses. I am not the simply DG of IMD, but I am the Director General of Meteorology. That means the science of meteorology in the country should prosper with my roles and responsibility. So therefore, just like you know, Tyajarekam Pulasyarthe, Gramam Tyajet, Gramam Jana Padasyarthe, Atmarthe Pratimam Tyajet. So for the benefit of the country, for the benefit of the society, I can sacrifice the responsibility towards the family. That can be taken care by the family members, including my.
Such an inspiring and amazing and motivating story it is. Actually, it is a story. I mean, every student, every element of this university will be thankful and will be so proud that your footsteps are here today. So, if you can give 3 takeaways for the students out there who want to achieve something in life, who want to do something in life and for the society, what are those 3 like basic words they should always stick to?
So thank you. I also feel honored to be associated and being present in this auspicious occasion and also in this auspicious place named after Vyasa Kavi Fakir Mohan. So towards student, I will say that the basic principle which I believe that can be looked into, because I do not believe in preaching the students. I believe in creating the examples. Example is better than precept. So when I was a child, so I read a non-detailed study. It was being studied in class 5. It is called as Oliva Dipo. It is written by Mahatma Gandhi, written by Jawaharlal Nehru on the life history, life of Mahatma Gandhi. It is translated to Odia at that time. So there was one chapter that is called as Kamo Nokole Khaiba Band. If there is no work, then no food. So what happens actually, one day Gandhiji at night did not take the dinner. So his disciples and colleagues came in Sabarmati Ashram. Said, Bapuji, khana lijiye. उन्होंने बोला कि नहीं, आज मैं खाना नहीं लूँगा. I did not take food today. Then they asked why. He told, today I have not done any work. So since I have not done any work, I have no right to take the food today. So therefore today I will not take food. So that story inspired me a lot, apart from whatever I told you, starting with mothers beating with the bamboo stick or otherwise giving the reply to the questions by the teacher. So that story, today also it inspires me. I will say the students also will see that if I have not studied one day, I question myself, how can I take food? Usually students, children, they take 3 times, 4 times or 5 times in a day. But whether you are justifying your food on that particular day. So that is the question. Then even after joining as a service holder, I ensure that I have done something. Because the salary, whatever I am getting, that is far more than the salary by a daily laborer. And we have got a lot of security nets over the government employee. Similarly, those students, they are the lucky persons, they have come to the schools and colleges and universities. So they should enjoy and they should justify the whatever food or whatever they consume or whatever money they are spending by doing the work. Then what is the work for a student? That I believe that Chhatranang Adhyayanang Tapaham. That means just like for a Muni or Rusi, tapasya is the major work. For a student, It is the study and study. So tapasya, study is the tapasya for the students, that they should do. But at the same time, there should be extracurricular activity, because he should be an integral person to take care of the society and be a part of the society. The third point, I will say that don't be afraid of the challenges and difficulties. Say, I am here because I face the difficulties and I come out. Don't be shy to express the truth. Accept the truth. And don't be afraid if someone is criticizing, if someone is giving comments, etc. If you feel that you are right. But always believe in truth. Always believe in basic principles which you have learned. Respect your seniors and parents and your colleagues. You have to learn from everyone. Everyone is a teacher, starting with all living beings and non-living beings. You have to learn everything. So your mind should be open. You should accept all the knowledge from the outside. Now, this challenge, you will be there always. Whether you are in service, whether you are students, etc. You should convert the challenge into positivity. You should convert the challenge into opportunity. The challenge can be converted into opportunity if you have a positive mind, if you have a creative mind. So these are 3 points. The first thing is that justify your food or justify your the money spent so that work is worship. The second one is that you should take up the study just like a tapasya, so that because this is your main objective or responsibility, that should be carried out. The third thing is that don't be afraid of the challenge. Convert the challenge into opportunity. That will pave your way towards the success.
So, sir, as it is said that success is not final and failure is not fatal, what matters is the courage to continue. So let's continue this beautiful effort, and thank you so very much for having coming to the studio and talking to our channel in this interview series. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Dr. Smriti.
Thank you, sir.